Hi guys, it's Claire. Should you outline your novel? Today I thought I'd talk about outlines and whether or not you should actually write them, whether they're necessary or if they're not necessary at all. I have a lot of experience in this because I've gone both ways several times with the same project, and I have a lot of experience in what works best for me. So I thought I'd talk about that a little bit. Basically, what I'd say is you should have an outline if outlining helps you write your novel. But if it doesn't help you write your novel, you shouldn't have an outline. But then you have to know, how do I know if an outline would help me or not? And the only way to know that is if you practice and experiment with your writing and with different projects. I used to not outline at all, and I'd just start writing my books, and that wouldn't work for me at all. And then I started outlining, and that started actually working. The only book that I finished, I definitely outlined. And I know that outlining is good for me because I've experimented enough with it to understand I'm the kind of person who has to outline. If I don't outline, I'm not going to finish anything. But you shouldn't listen to people that say you have to outline every time you write a book. There's no exceptions. You have to outline. There's no way around it. Don't listen to those people either, because everyone writes differently and nobody should write by one universal rule. That's not how writing works. So if you have experimented with writing and you found out outlines don't work for me, I like just writing and figuring out the first draft and the story in the first draft and then going back and revising it, that's perfectly fine too. It's actually really impressive if you write like that. I mean, it would probably take less time to actually finish the first draft. And you don't have to call yourself a pantser if you don't want to. I don't understand who came up with that term. I think it's a stupid term and it sounds kind of like an insult. I don't know. You can just call yourself whatever you want, just like a freestyle writer. I don't know. But whenever I used to not write outlines and I just wrote the first draft without an outline, I was kind of annoyed that that was the label that those people were called pantsers. I think you should just write the best way that you know how to write, and the best way to know is to experiment a lot. Pick several different ideas and maybe outline one and then just start writing with the other and see which one goes the farthest, see which one you like the most. Just remember not to take any creative writing rule without experimenting with it first and deciding whether that creative writing rule is actually helpful to you or not. You should always experiment. That's what writing is about. It's about experimenting and learning and figuring out your own way of doing things. So don't forget to experiment for yourself and find out how your writing process works and not how someone else's writing process works, and just stick it onto your project. That probably won't work. I have a very kind of strange outlining process. I do like maybe 1 or 2, even 5 outlines sometimes before I start writing my book, and I don't think it's the most efficient right now. I definitely do not recommend my writing process, but if you're interested in me talking about my writing process a little bit more, I might do a video on it. But if I do, I would definitely say I'm not recommending this at all. This is just my unorganized brain has decided is the best way to work. So yeah, tell me below in the comments whether you outline first or just start writing first, and which one you like better, and if you've even experimented with either of them yet. It's really fun to experiment, and I suggest you do it if you're not sure still. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, because I make videos about writing, about plot, and about like different movies and books that I like. So if you like that kind of content, don't forget to subscribe for more, and I'll see you later.